6 games in, 6 to go, exactly midway, and we did some of our mid-season grades last week. Logan, we'll start with you. I want to hear from both of you in regards to what have been surprises on this team, whether it's particular player, particular game, particular unit on the field that has performed considerably different than what you thought before the season, whether good or bad. Anything you've been surprised by? Or if you guys are struggling for that, and I understand, looking toward the second half, what beyond the, hey, we want to go 6-0, what's going to be the biggest keys to having a successful second half? So I'll give it a two-parter.
We're not going 6-0. Let's just all be honest with ourselves right here. Can we just?
Whoa, what?
I'm calling it. We're not going to go 6-0. I love it, but I don't think we go 6-0 again this season. I know you don't either, Logan. I know you're trying to get the people to view no game dates.
Hit the like button. I mean, that's what I got to do it. Nah, I don't think that's going to happen. I would say one surprise to me, and it might not be an optimistic thing, but I think it is. It could be a neutral one here, and Jason will probably agree, is Andrew Parchment. A really big surprise that he was supposed to be wide receiver 1, and that doesn't seem to even be the case. He might not be wide receiver 2 or even 3 right now. That was the big offseason talk about him transferring from Kansas, is coming in and being a big-time playmaker for Florida State. That has not been the case. Yes, he's made some flashes and some plays here and there, but he is not that wide receiver 1 right now for FSU. But who's the replacement there? True freshman wide receiver Malik Mclean. He is really fun to watch at practices. I think I Discord messaged about him like 15 times in the last 2 practices. He's going to be he's the real deal. Florida State found a gem with him. And to hear, some things that I was hearing early in training and camp and things, maybe his mental not being solely focused on football, and there's some things that he was trying to work on. And then you hit that whole 180 where now he is one of your best blockers on offense out wide as a wide receiver, along with him. Beautiful route running. He goes up for the ball. He can contest. He's your guy to go to if you're one-on-one. He can go deep. He can go to the end zone and make grabs. As a true freshman, number 11 is going to be the real deal. It's bittersweet. You don't really have Andrew Parchman producing like you had thought, but Malik Mclain comes in as a true freshman, and he's a starter. I mean, he's been a starter for weeks. And, he started off because the Notre Dame game, he blocked very well. He did that the second week too. And so he gets his name put out there with the starting group. But, Malik is going to be a very good wide receiver, and this is just the first half of the season. Get ready for the second half of the number 11 show on offense.
This is what happens when Logan and I are together too many times. We start to think alike because I agree with you 100%. The biggest disappointment so far this season has been Andrew Parchment. I watched him down here when he was in high school, down here in Broward County, and you expected big things. I didn't think he was going to be our number 1. I thought he would be definitely in the top 2 because of his size, because of his ability, because of some things that he did. Yes, it was in Kansas, and I'll admit Kansas is a god-awful program. But still, the things that he did there I thought would transfer over well. I wish I had an explanation why he has not been able to adapt so quickly and succeed in the offense, but he has not shown up. That's been the biggest disappointment, I would say. The biggest surprise is I expected them to do well. I didn't expect Jermaine Johnson to come in and just ball out the way he has on defense. And I think also Keir Thomas coming in from South Carolina, the Miami native coming in, I think both of them have been key on that defensive side of the ball. But, Jermaine Johnson was good. He's coming from a good Georgia program. But, I mean, and Logan and Mark, you can jump in on this one. He has just been a man amongst boys against a lot of good offenses. And Notre Dame in the opener comes out, and then North Carolina last week, a lot of good offenses, and he has shined against them so far.
Yeah, Jermaine Johnson has been the dude. Go ahead, Mark.
And it's not just about the sacks, which are the obvious stat that everybody runs to, the 6.5 sacks. But I know in watching some ACC network coverage, in which Jason is a huge fan of.
Now, did you record the field hockey episode and then the football just happened to come on? Or did you record with
sometimes it really pisses me off because I'm trying to record lacrosse and field hockey, and like the football game overlaps the time, and I don't get the full record on the lacrosse game.
Right.
And it becomes a big problem.
Or like a day in the life.
Or the women's soccer game.
Right. A day in the life of Mike Krzyzewski, whatever shows they got going on. Or Mark Rick babbling on. Got it. Okay.
But to their point on this particular show, they were talking about Jermaine Johnson, and beyond the sacks, which is an overrated stat, just disrupting plays, just getting to the quarterback, even when it's not a sack, consistent pressure, quarterback hurries, just being that force that any good team needs at least one dude that's going to just terrorize the quarterback.
Yeah, that's kind of like I'm thinking of it, my fellow Steelers. My TJ Watt had a phenomenal game on Sunday Night Football and showed why he should be paid the way he is.
Yeah.
But, sometimes it's not, you don't have to record the sack, get the pressure, and it just causes a quarterback to have to move, and then allows Keir Thomas, like you said, Jason. Keir Thomas has also played fantastic for FSU this upcoming season. And toying around with the quarterback and making him have to run around allows for Keir Thomas to get back there and get the quarterback. And did you see, too, during the North Carolina game, they're toying around with Amari Gaynor now, which I thought they should have done earlier in the season. And we talked about it in the offseason. But Florida State, I thought, and Adam Fuller were going to move around Amari Gaynor, because I feel like that's the best way to use him right now, is use him as a pass rusher, blitz, and those kind of schemes. And they did that, and it worked phenomenally. I mean, you're kind of moving around. You'll move around Gaynor behind a few defensive linemen and kind of mess around with things. And you also got Keir. You've got already Jermaine Johnson doing his thing. So it allows Amari Gaynor, who might have a little bit quicker than Keir and Jermaine are, to, find that quarterback that's, running for his life when Jermaine Johnson is bringing pressure.
Jermaine Johnson looks right now, when I say a man amongst boys, he looks like somebody who could play for, I'm just throwing out an example, a defense like the Baltimore Ravens, the team that has the best record in the AFC right now. You watch their game when they beat the Chargers 34-6. They didn't have to win in overtime on a field goal like your Steelers. But just throw that. I didn't know if you got a chance to watch that on Sunday. Because you were busy. I know what you were doing Sunday on the bye week. You were practicing hitting the like button. You were practicing with your finger hitting the like button, weren't you? Just doing this the entire time.
I literally just sat there on Sunday before the game, no studying, no watching other games, but I woke up and I just immediately went and hit the like button on all of Mark's videos, and I just practiced hitting it, as a tester and to get ready for Wednesday night. And I suggest everybody do that right now. Just take a test, hit the like button, 21 likes. We can get this to 30 in like 10 seconds if we do it correctly. But hit the like button. Goes out to more FSU fans that are watching. Get to hang out with us every Wednesday night at 6:00. There's nothing better. And I don't know what's going on. We had close to 100 on last week, and then now, we got a game week. We're back. Bye week's over, and no one's excited for UMass, the Walt Bell Bowl. What's going on?